welcome to the post-match, post-mortem after what we've seen tonight in Ekstraklasa. Poland's top flight, Legia Warsaw, in the end romping back to the top of the table above the four sides that snuck in front of them over the course of the weekend with a 3-0 win away at 9-man Pogon Szczecin. I'm on the set once more with Blazczak, our Polish football journalist, Chris Graham, our betting correspondent, who's mightily relieved that it was over 2.5 goals with Daniel Leboja's second of the game.
It was getting a bit nervy, it was.
But it was a very controlled second-half performance, despite having the numerical advantage from Legia. And often we see that, don't they? They go in front and very cautious and just like controlling a game. In
a way, I'm slightly disappointed with Legia because once they were 2 men up, actually, in a way. I mean, Poland went 2-0 down. That's probably better to say. They probably, became a bit too economic with just trying not to get too tired, which is a pity because they should have scored a couple of more with 11 shots on target throughout the match. Just to any conspiracy theories, we can put them to bed. These two sides, friends, we were talking about that pre-match, but there's no way that Pogon Szczecin gave the 3 points away tonight, is there? No, I mean, I think, they did give them a go when they could, but at some stage they just collapsed. And also, the referee, I believe, played a bit of a part in trying to eliminate some of the players from the pitch. Sendings off too harsh?
I thought they emerged with some credit, Pogon, tonight.
Yeah.
They were still working hard, even without 9
Only
men.
3 shots on target, but there were clear opportunities they manufactured, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a lot to be positive about it, and I cannot possibly see them get relegated this year. And also, to their credit, I think for long spells they had more possession. Yeah.
Well, opportunities early in the game as well, didn't they, to be fair to them? I mean, there's 20 attempts on goal in the end by Legia Warsaw, 11 on target, but early in the game there was a couple of opportunities for Androdina and Akahoshi that could have made it a different story on the night. Could and probably should, because if that, if they managed to score before Legia opened their account, I could believe, that they could create a much more threat and, would make the night much more difficult for Legia. Chris Graham, when we go back to the start of the game, there was 2 opportunities then for Pogon Szczecin, and then Legia Warsaw clicked into gear, and the man who hadn't scored, as he reminded us before the game, in open play since the opening weekend of the season, Daniel Leboja, got on the score sheet in a real poacher's effort as well. Yeah, obviously the keeper mistake again. We saw the two classic Ekstraklasa classics, a red card and a keeper mistake every single game. So that happened. But yeah, terrible mistake here. Leboja, just your number 9 central forward, just grabbing at the scraps and scoring the goal. Yeah, he made me look foolish tonight. And it's important as well, Robert, that he starts scoring again because Marek Saganowski out injured with his heart condition. We don't know how long he's going to be out of the side. Exactly. If he's ever going to come back. Well, that's the big question. Don't ask me that question. Let's remain it open for now. But for Leboja to show that predatory instinct in front of the goal it's extremely important for Legia because they will rely on him heavily if they actually want to keep that pace and stay on top. Yeah, Saganowski before his heart condition had been back in the Poland squad. So had Jakub Kaseski, the impressive midfielder. Unfortunately injured, wasn't involved against England. Still feeling his back tonight, but he got on the score sheet as well, and he looks ever impressive and ever energetic and buzzing around that box. But however, on this occasion, I think the credit should first and foremost go to Radovic for creating that chance to happen. I mean, Luboja's pass was fantastic, and Radovic taking down 2 defenders and a goalkeeper, and for Kosecki just to tap in throw no distance. We said Junukovic before the game, the keeper for Pogon Szczecin, has been good this season. Probably not so.
Well, three
goals tonight.
I would say that he had a couple of good saves throughout the match, but there were moments where he probably could have done better tonight. Worries for Pogon Szczecin at all? I know they're on 11 points, but got a big game. No, look, I tend to agree with Chris. They have so much quality, and in a way, I think they also play quite entertaining football.
Strong work ethic as well.
I mean, even when they were 9 men down and 3-0 down, they were still going forward, trying to get consolation, something for the fans. And the fans were amazing, by the way. They kept going, didn't they? But they kept losing players first, Dabrowski, and then, of course, Anani getting sent off. And then Daniel Leboja rubbed salt to the wounds. There's barely anyone left on the pitch for Pogon Szczecin. So he picked it up and proved that he can use his right foot as well if it needs to. I think this is the Anani. I mean, that's the second year for Dabrowski.
The arms flailing there.
Petulant, but it's silly though. I mean, that's a lack of discipline that probably will disappoint Artur Skowronek, won't it? In a way, but I also think that the referee should probably be a bit more reluctant. I mean, with 2-0 down Pogon, I mean, okay, I know that we shouldn't be, let's say, biased, whatever, but in a way I think referee could have allowed that match to develop. You need to much more interesting because it's difficult to score against when you have 11 men, but if you have only 9, it's even more. It was 5 bookings first half. Referee put himself under a little pressure, and of course we saw another sending off as well as a result of that. Just sometimes a couple of
fairly innocuous fouls leading to red cards.
Well, I think, you know, the referee was in charge of Widzew Zagłębie match early in the season, Zagłębie Widzew, sorry, and he has only shown yellow cards, so maybe he wants to just meet his standards or average, and he was, you know, this is the match to step
just
up.
to say as well, red card was 4.5, 7-2, so we see it so often. We saw it on Friday night as well.
Always good value, isn't it?
It's a tremendous bet, Ed.
So what do you think about the players? Will they be in trouble with Artur Skowronek for the sendings off tonight?
I mean, I could imagine that he will have a word with them about that, but I don't expect any sanctions from the players.
Well,
this is the second yellow for Ernani. I think it's a bit harsh.
Possibly worse than the first, but it's just a bit slow, isn't it? I mean, but it is a rake on the shins.
Yeah,
it is, but
doesn't look good.
But there's no intention to hurt anyone. Was the most important.
And Daniel Laboya finished it off in some style. And how good is he? How's his form at the moment?
Well, he's still important. Yeah, I mean, look, he might be 34, but his market value is still £800,000.
Doesn't like using his right foot that much, but he just managed to sort of slip it under the disconsolate figure of Milinkovic.
Well, and then back at the top of the goal scoring charts as well, with his sixth goal of the season there, so back at the top of the goal scoring charts ahead of Milik.
And he's streaky, isn't he, as well? So he's one to be with if he's on form.
Hat trick in the opening week, and then I think he's got a penalty in week 5, and then just 2 more tonight.
Also, importantly, you know, his contract expires with the end of this season, so probably he's trying to build a case for himself to renew it at least for another year. I mean, he's already 34, he'll be entering 35 with the end of the season. I still think that he has plenty of quality in Ekstraklasa to prove it, but, you know, this season is for him to show it.
Got 6 goals, Legia Warsaw 19 goals. That's a big consideration point, isn't it, if you're looking at the title race at the moment?
And 3 assists, by the way, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the top scorers in Ekstraklasa. You know, we saw Lech really struggling Friday night to score goals. So for me, it's a different set of team. Isn't it?